Greeting, fellow Insomniacs, and welcome to Insomniac Gaming Theater. I am your host, the Crazy Player, and it looks like we will be able to make our Friday stream after all, because as the title of the stream says, they got the update out. Now, this is not to say there aren't some things. There are some things. There are some issues, but this is the new login system. Now, I wanted to wait for this to come out because I was unsure if at the 50-day milestone we would be getting a choice of rewards or just the one reward. It looks like it's just the one reward, but I'm okay with this because it's going to give us a spiffy sigil, a booster for affinity, and I forget if it's the recipe or if it's actually the catalyst. We'll find out in a moment. Ooh.
Unread inbox messages make me ill.
So I wonder what our new inbox message is. Yes. So I watched every Thursday they do a stream. Warframe does a stream called Prime Time. And during Prime Time, if you have Twitch Prime, which you can get by being... So if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically have Twitch Prime. You can also get Twitch Prime through Twitch's own website. I'm actually not sure how much it costs. But if you watch their streams, they like to give away free stuff to anybody who has Twitch Prime linked to their Warframe account. And I have to say, I really strongly suggest, if you already have Amazon Prime, because I know a lot of people do. I got Twitch Prime because I got Amazon Prime, and I was like, oh, well, may as well take advantage of the free stuff. Then do that. So we got a mod for sniper rifles, where it says the first shot out of the chamber does additional damage. Now this actually ties into...
Visualizing a bloody battle? Me too.
Thank you, Ordis. Once we're done with this, I'm going to have to turn his volume down. But this ties into another thing I was going to mention. So, starting October 16th, if you have Twitch Prime and it is linked to your Warframe account, you can get... They're giving away, for free, Fang Prime, Vectis Prime, and a cosmetic that dangles off of your melee weapons. The last one I'm less immediately sure about. As things currently stand, Fang Prime is not a particularly good melee weapon, but there is a melee rework sometime in the not too terribly distant future. And even if it remains a terrible weapon, it's still 3,000 affinity right there for us. So that's fantastic. But honestly, the brass ring here is Vectis Prime, which is one of the best sniper rifles in the game, and in particular, normally has a mastery lockout of 14, which means if you are not master rank 14, you cannot build that sniper rifle, nor can you be traded its parts by other people. And at this point, you would have to be traded its parts by other people because it's vaulted, which means it's not on the drop tables. So you would have to get it from somebody else. Or Digital Extremes can just give it to you, which is fantastic. So, if you have Amazon Prime or if you're signed up with Twitch Prime, then I strongly suggest that you pick that up on the 16th. They also are giving away if you link your account, you would get Trinity Prime, who is generally considered to be the premier support frame in Warframe. If you like to play support, if you like to play healer, Trinity Prime would be your jam. For my purposes, I actually think the biggest strength of Trinity is also her biggest weakness. She is brilliantly focused on supporting other people, to the point where she can't really do anything else. If you don't like playing support, then Trinity doesn't offer you that much. Over the course of this playthrough, depending on how things work out, we will see if we can't get Trinity eventually. Her normal version drops from a very late boss fight. And outside of Twitch Prime drops and them giving frames away, and Digital Extremes giving frames away for free, Trinity Prime is no longer on the drop table. But I actually think for generic running of missions, and I know that there are some people out there who are going to disagree with me, but for generic running of missions, I actually think Oberon and his Prime version, which you can currently get because he is on the drop table, are more generally useful because he can do other things besides do support. The downside is, because he can do multiple things, he doesn't do them as well as more specialized frames. But it is one of those balance issues where, if it's easy to get, or if it's very focused, it's good at it. If it's less focused, well, there's still some advantages. So, you play the game, find what works for you, and we'll figure some things out. So, oh yes. So, this has already been delivered to our inbox. Anything you see in your inbox has already been delivered. We're going to delete the message. I don't like leaving messages lying around in my inbox. It annoys me. Alright. So, new login system. We have we get new rewards, or rather, when we get to 100 days, which will be a while from now, we'll have more options. Let's see here. Big new patch with all kinds of new stuff. Truthfully, not that much of it involves us where we are right now. Most of the changes were to things that are happening in the mid to late game, and we are still very much in the early game. Now, if you look on the forums, you will see all kinds of spoilers. If you were to go to the subreddit, you will see all kinds of spoilers. They dropped a new, very brief quest that is all kinds of spoilery, and not anything we're going to get to anytime soon. So, yeah. Lots of cool things, not a whole lot of it actually matters to us right now. What does matter to us right now is that we have been given...
A new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Thank you, Lotus. Unfortunately, it's on a planet we can't get to. So, we have been given oh yes. We have been given...
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and...
That reminds me.
And make the Lotus proud.
Okay. Oh yeah, I need to do that too. Audio. Ortus volume. We're going to drop his volume by 50%. We're also going to go into... So, okay. We do have some things to do. First and foremost, we are going to go into our foundry, and we are going to claim our Titan Extractor and our Orokin Catalyst. Now, technically, we should be building another Titan Extractor, but we're running low on funds, so we're going to leave that be for the moment. Now, one other thing that they changed, and this does affect us, is they gave us a new gear wheel. And it now can go beyond 12, which actually means they shifted some stuff around, which makes sense because slot 12 actually isn't slot 12. It goes up to 99 now. We're going to need to move some of this, but we had to change our key bindings because slot 12, if we were to put something into it, does not appear on the regular, does not appear by default, and therefore, basically, key bindings don't work on slots 12 plus. At least not last time I looked. It's fine, but we are going to put our fishing spear here, and we are going to put our cutter here, and then also, because this wheel has been expanded, I believe they also expanded the number of emotes you can have, which is pretty spiffy. Sadly, there aren't really that many emotes. There aren't extra emotes that you can buy. And there aren't a lot of them that I use, but it's still cool. And then, by the way, this is misleading because if you click, it just takes... No. You have to click your right mouse button, and it'll take you to the next wheel. That's also how it works in the field. In any case, now that we now have two. We now have two Orokin catalysts, which double the mod capacity of any weapon that we have. So one of them is going into the heck. Yes, it really is that good. It is absolutely worth putting a capacitor in or a catalyst in order to double your capacity. 100% worth it. So we're going to do that right now. Which, as you can see, ooh baby, we just got a whole new world of options. So, we're also going to... I was reminded of something when I was reading the wiki earlier. And I'm going to ask our clan if they can help us out a little bit. Yes, I'm going to ask them for more mods. Like I said, endgame players are just swimming in this stuff. Hell, we're swimming in some of these mods. So... in the meantime, let's see here. Do we have anything we really want to put on here? Despite the fact that this is not a particularly crit-based weapon, I do gotta wonder about... I do gotta wonder. I mean, even at max, it's not going to give us that much crit chance. But some is better than none. We'll leave it off for the moment. Now, despite the fact that the Lex is a very good weapon, we are not going to be putting a catalyst in it, mostly because when we get to MR5, there is a weapon that we want to put the catalyst in. Because it is so good, it will last us into the end game. It is an amazing weapon. But we'll throw people across that bridge when we come to it. Sadly, we have 2 catalysts and no reactors. Reactors double the mod capacity of Warframes. So that would be amazing. That's okay. We'll get there eventually. And yes, Volt is absolutely worth a catalyst. Or, excuse me, a reactor. In general, because these are kind of shaped like potatoes, as are Orkin cells, they are referred to by the community as potatoes, either golden or blue, because of their color. By the way, that is one of the nice things if and when we eventually get mods from the Twitch drops, or excuse me, weapons from the Twitch drops, they come pre-installed with the weapons come pre-installed with a catalyst, the frames come pre-installed with a reactor, they come potatoed. So that's a Riven mod. We're not going to mess with that too much, but we are going to mess with our guildmate. Digital Extremes, the company who makes the game, is actually Canadian, so... So yes, we're having some fun here. All right. Let's see here. Oh, that's what we need. Give me just a moment. I need to look something up on the wiki. Looking up. Okay. That would make sense. Okay. So what we would really want, if we can, is to put on Contagious Spread and a mod called Charged Shell, which would make corrosive damage. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able... We're probably not going to be able to get to that
New
level.
Alert marked on navigation, Tenno.
Until... we're probably not going to be able to get to that level anytime soon. Oh. Sorry, I just figured out where one of the places where we can get the mod that we're looking for is, and it's a planet I don't like very much. Oh, that might be doable. That also might be doable. Okay. It's not quite as far off as I thought it was. But it is still going to be a little bit. Sorry, so one of our guildmates is trying to figure out whether or not he should turn his Iatan sculptures into endo, or if he should use them as decorations. Personally, I think that most of the Iatan sculptures, and I know mine is a minority opinion, but I think most of them are actually kind of ugly. Let's see here. What are they going to want for the next title? Oh, right, Forma. Okay. But as I recall, it's... Okay. So, our guildmate over here is talking about doing a mission that can yield a not inconsiderable amount of credits. But first of all, you have to risk credits, and secondly, there are certain frames that are very meta for doing that mission, and we have none of them. So we're not going to be able to do that mission, much as we might want to. As fun of an idea as it might be. Alright, do we have anything in our ready to build category? A few things. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, I don't think we're going to make the Razorback Armada. Oh, yes. We should probably finish that. Also, how many... Let's see here. We did Montez. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, interesting. Let's see here. Crossfire sabotage. Well, first and foremost, we're going to deploy an extractor now that we have one. Now, the downside is that's going to take 4 hours. Honestly, given the fact that I've been having some internet issues, I'm not 100% sure we're still going to be streaming in 4 hours. Nonetheless. What do we have here? Oh, there's a lift fissure on Earth for excavation. Let's see. Phobos Junction. Oh, we already did that. We need to scan. We need to defeat 150 in a single mission. Okay. By the way, this is... You'll notice that we see a whole lot more blue dots. That's not an accident. They gave that to us so that we can... Because one of the things that they introduced is a new kind of mission that gives very good rewards, but one of the prerequisites is that you have to have done every single mission on the map at least once, and they did this in order to help ensure that people see what missions they have left to do. Let me check something else real quick. Okay. Yeah, we can't even... So, we can clear most of these nodes, but we can't actually do Oro, because in order to do that, we have to be MR5 or higher, and we aren't. So, we are going to go see about... What do we even have? See, Oberon Prime Neuroptics. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm looking at the options that we have available here. There are some interesting things. Yeah, anything. Oberon Prime Chassis. Wow. The two of them, okay. Forma. Okay. Just checking out the possibilities, and I don't think we have any. Oh, we do have a few. Not many, but a few. That's very interesting. Where did we get these? Oh, wait, I know where we got these. Alright. Also, communication plan. Alright, well, there are a bunch of people on, so... I want to go check that out. So we're going to go hit the clan dojo for a minute. So they think they're funny. They put the teleporter up here, where it's not so easy to get to. So these are the research labs. So that's in progress. This is one of the items that was recently dropped, or I should say, was recently added. A lot of this is stuff we can't afford yet, and even if we could, we probably can't use. First you have to buy the research, then you have to buy... First you have to buy the research, then you have to actually build the thing. Okay. For some reason I thought there were more things. Oh no, that's a possibility. It's possible we're such low rank that they won't let us see, that we can't actually see what hasn't been researched. Oh, right. It's the other way. Huh. Okay, so that's only 15,000. Okay. Oh no. Arcwing launcher segment. The blueprint isn't terribly expensive, but these are two requirements. We'll eventually get enough Oxium. And eventually we'll have more than enough credits, but it may be a bit. The reason I was looking into this is because one of the big changes that came down is, so we can use the Arcwing in Plains of Eidolon, but it used to be an item that had limited uses. No, it doesn't have limited uses. We can use it as often as we want. Oh, yes. Awesome. Okay. So, one thing I wanted to mention real quick. We are on a quest to build Rhino, who is an excellent tank Warframe. On a similar note, the recently buffed Nezha is an excellent tank Warframe. In some ways, I actually think he's better than Rhino. So that's which puts us into the position of, well, why don't we just build Nezha? I mean, aside from the fact that we already have a couple of parts for Rhino built. Well, there are a couple of reasons. First of all, he requires more materials than Rhino does. And this is the big stumbling block right here. Argon crystals. These only come from the void. Now, I know that we picked up an Argon crystal in the last stream. Unfortunately, we did not use it in good time, and it is one of the few resources in the game that disappears if not used. Hang on one second. Looks like we may be having some issues with the stream. Maybe not. Okay. So, and we can't get to the void at all until we're done, until we go through Phobos. So that's 2 planets and some change away. And he requires 2 of them. There's also one more issue that I have with Nezha, and I admit that this is a personal issue. I actually have him on my testbed account, and I really like him. Except for this. I cannot stand the default aesthetic of Nezha. As far as I'm concerned, he really, really needs to have his deluxe skin, which is one of the best looking skins in all of Warframe. I mean, it's beautiful. It's amazing, right? The problem is it's 150 or 175 platinum, which we don't have, and without it, I can't bring myself to look at Nezha's misshapen head. That said, if his aesthetic works for you, and you're willing to go through the extra hoops, pun not intended, in order to get him, I think he may actually be a stronger Warframe than Rhino. But we're going to go for Rhino first. Eventually, we will get to the point where we're going to be selling enough parts and have enough platinum that we are going to be able to pick up pretty much whatever we want. Yeah. We could even build... We could make enough of if we could buy enough of the recipes, we could actually build... Oh, no. Plastids. Okay. We need 10 of those for Helios. So we're going to head back to the ship. I want to check something. No, we don't have access to invasions, which means we don't have access to an easier way to get the parts that we need. So, we're going to see if we can get some help, and if we can, we're going to do that Nightmare mission. Because Nightmare missions drop some very good mods. But I don't want to risk trying to tackle it solo. And if not...
Orders, operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to bypass this fault.
Okay. Well, we should easily be able to clear that. Corpus survival. Corpus interception. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Well, we'll start here. This should be easy.
need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a complex system. Start.
Well, looks like Acheron over here is willing to help, possibly. So let's go. Acheron is one of the officers of our clan and has helped us in the past, so hopefully he will be willing and able to help us now.
Ordis is half angry. I may require maintenance after all.
I'd wave at him, but since we can't actually see through the windshields of each other's ships, he can't see us anyway. Oh, this is interesting. This is something that Digital Extremes puts in. The text here is Orokin text. I have no idea what it means, though.
I need you to sabotage this ship's
Spoiler
reactor.
mode.
The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing the coolant cells. My intel suggests there are rich
Alright,
enemies
we're going to follow in his wake.
able to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Because he is playing Saren. Huh, weird. Door's not opening. Ah, that's why. Okay. We were in lockdown mode. But nobody bothered to tell us that the doors were locked. Oh, okay. They're busy fighting each other. Well then. I wonder where... Okay, they're up above.
A coolant cell has been extracted.
Oh. They're way over this way. That explains a few things. Okay. Yes, we shot that guy as we flew by. That happens a lot.
The reactor is going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage.
Run-by shootings are a thing in this game.
It never works again. Coolant cell extracted. Fuel cell reinserted. When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger a meltdown.
Wow. Okay, he's definitely done this more than I have.
Destroy the fuel injectors. A blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open it.
Oh.
Your sabotage is complete. Get to extraction.
Yeah, as you can see, he's much better at the running and gunning than I am, but that's okay. Bother. Since we're just here for whatever the mission awards us,
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
not what we really wanted, but okay. Still, we got another rank on our heck out of that. So that was very much worthwhile. We got some rep. Yep. Well, that was definitely some good experience. Let's see here. Unfortunately, so the bonus...
Operator, were you visualizing a bloody battle?
Me too.
So as I was saying, so the improved fire rate's not actually a bad thing, but the bonus puncture doesn't help us that much. Okay, for now we are going to do So we're going to do this, because even though it's not the most effective style of damage, Blast, especially if we get a status proc, blast has a chance to knock people down. And that gives us crowd control. So we're going to throw... Let's see about throwing some endo at this. We got the endo, but we don't have the capital. So we're just going to put a couple of dots on there. And then we're also going to put contagious spread on here. So Nebulous over here is farming the Warframe that takes the most parts out of any Warframe in the game, because she is kind of two Warframes in one. She's an excellent Warframe, but she's hard. She's very hard to get. The Kraken. There are many excellent weapons in this game. The Kraken is not one of them. It is a meme weapon because it is said that something so bad is named after something so cool. Oh, okay. So now we have some additional damage on here. Okay.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the...
make the Lotus proud.
So, you remember that pet that we had incubating? This is our pet. It's a Helminth Charger. This is an infected pet. He has the infestation. It's actually one of the better Kubro breeds. Oh, hello, Hummingbird Fist. How are you doing? Yeah, Harrow takes freaking forever. Not so much because you need as many parts, but because of how much farming you need to do, or how low his drop rates are. I haven't even done Harrow on my testbed account. I did, however, do Avara. That took forever. So, you got any suggestions about what we should name our pet over here? Remember, this is a family-friendly stream. Also, DE has filters. Ooh, that could be fun. Probably won't let us. Probably don't have enough space. Oh. Alright, let's... Yeah. I wanted to name it Disturbing Implications, but unfortunately they don't give us enough characters. Um... Oh, wait. I can spell? Really, I swear. Yeah, that's what I thought. Although, take out that. Why not? So. So for my newbie audience, which admittedly I'm mostly talking to myself right now because Hummingbird here probably already knows this, but until they are matured, Kubros, and you can also breed cats called Kavats. They don't require any maintenance until they're matured, which means we can just leave it like this and let it run around our orbiter and be a pet. And you can walk up to your pet and press the E button and interact with it. This is strictly cosmetic, but it's amusing. However, if we want to finish the Howl of the Kubro quest, we actually have to mature him. See, this is the credit sync right here, is the DNA stabilizers, because eventually Kubros decay because their DNA is not stable. And well, it won't let us do it while the pet is at maximum DNA integrity, but basically those are a credit sync. Let me show you. You go over to the market, and a set of 6 is 75,000 credits. We couldn't even buy them if we wanted to. The one upside to all of this, though, is even if we do mature our pet for combat, which we can do, once we're done with the quest, we can put the pet into stasis. And once in stasis, their DNA won't decay, and we won't have to keep buying stuff to keep them from falling apart. They are kind of cute, though, especially when they are relatively young. Honestly, as interesting as Kubros are, and I think I can't decide if we should leave the pet as is for the cuteness or if we should mature the pet. Any thoughts, Hummingbird? Looks like he left. Okay, well, I can't quite decide if we should mature the pet or not, because they're cute when they're pups. The disadvantage that pets have over sentinels is that they don't have vacuum. Which makes me sad. Let me check something here. Okay, so these are mods that automatically come with Nebulous is having a bad time. Oh, okay. So these are two mods that come automatically with the Helminth Charger. There, its special abilities. Got Sharpened Claws, which is a good... is a good all-around mod, although that's only for Kavats. Let's see, Kavats. Okay. Yeah, we don't have a lot of good mods for them. For him. So, I think for the moment, we're just going to ignore the Howl of the Kubro quest, and we're going to leave him... Leave him as is. Oh, by the way, you can only do each Nightmare quest once per day, so we did that one, so it's gone. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can't clear Venus and maybe get a second Nightmare quest. Also, since we are past the daily reset, when we come back, we will get our 51st day login.
I need you to sabotage this ship's reactor. The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing the coolant cells. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Well, given how easy a time we're having killing these guys, maybe. Okay, that doesn't open. And because we got our bonus, we got the proc from our Syndicate mod, which, as you saw by the affinity that popped up, killed a whole bunch of our enemies. Oh, okay, so. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of looking around for those caches. See if maybe we find something. I was gonna say, did our Sentinel seriously kill that guy? Looks like. Ah, no. Also, since we're earning double affinity, any rewards that we get for missions or whatever give us bonuses, are basically are doubled. So, yeah. Oh, hey, look, it's a cache. Unidentified item.
You found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2 more faint hints.
Alright. Yep. I really do love that Syndicate proc. Not only does it do damage in a pretty large radius, but at this level, it'll clear a room. The only real downside is we have no control over when it's going to go off. No. Okay, so we need to go down. Alright. I think we're in lockdown now. Yeah. Hmm. Weird. Yeah, no. Huh. It's telling us that there are a bunch of containers in those rooms, but those rooms are locked. Ah, okay. Hmm. There a hole here, or I may say the heck with it, because I've already used up a fair amount of time looking for this stuff, and honestly, nothing we're gonna get at this level is going to be that overwhelming. So I don't know that we care that much. I really gotta say I don't like these elevators just because they're such a relic of the old movement system. But they are what they are. That reminds me. Every time you have a few seconds, always be reloading. Okay, that's probably the way to extract. You'll notice that we reloaded in that hallway, so now we have a fresh batch of ammunition for these guys. Okay.
A coolant cell has been extracted.
Okay, so that's one of them. Get a whole bunch of enemies in one explosion. Which we did. Oh, right. Okay. So, we can't get in through those doors, so we get in through here. You'll notice that in Warframe, they like to block passageways a lot.
The reactor is going into stasis. Now is your chance to complete this sabotage. Use whatever you can to make sure it never works again.
So this is where we have an option. If we put in the coolant cell and start the reactor, we'll get cold we'll get a cold effect across the entire level. If we put the fuel cell back in and overload the reactor, we'll get a heat reaction across the entire level, which will put fire hazards all over the place. Honestly, because the cold reaction has the chance to slow us down, and we want to be able, at this point, we want to get out of here as fast as possible.
This will trigger a meltdown.
We're going to prefer the fire reaction.
Destroy the fuel injectors. A blast door has blocked your evacuation route. Find a way to open
Yeah.
it.
See those? If we run across those, they're going to light us on fire. Which, needless to say, is bad. Lockdown. I wish I could say they'd stay that easy, but they don't. Now, despite the implications of all of the explosions and stuff, there isn't actually a time limit. We can take as long as we want to get out of here. That said, we do got to watch out for the fire hazard. Fortunately, it doesn't take as long to hack.
Your sabotage is complete. Get
Or I
to
should
the
say, the cold procs don't slow down our hacking speed. Alright. And we're out of here. Yeah, 1,500 credits doesn't suck. We just got promoted.
Looks interesting.
So they're doing the new alerts. Okay, so we're going to exit this. And we were given an Orkin cell, which is good. I would have preferred a neural sensor, but we'll take the Orkin cell. I wonder, does that change anything for us? I don't think so. We already had quite a few. We already had a few Orkin cells. Really, what we need is more capital. Alright. Survival infestation. Okay. We're going to do this. because that way we at least have people to do it with.
Busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm. Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support. The first life support capsule has arrived. Activate it and your supply as well. Look for personal life support modules dropped by fallen enemies.
Ooh. Okay. Their MR 7 and 8, so they probably have better weapons than we do. Ah, one of them has a Trinity Prime. Probably got it from the... the Prime loot I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream.
Life support on the way.
Now, one of the things that's cool is our little shock attack here doesn't actually... it doesn't interrupt our reload. Also, we're playing against Corpus, who are weak to electrical attacks. So we're in good shape. Ooh, somebody's using the Dread. That is an excellent weapon. Yeah, we got cold proc because we were standing too close to a barrel. Oh, and... no, I think that's Frost. I was going to say Oberon, but no, I'm pretty sure that's Frost.
Get ready for a capsule.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I was just noticing their equipment. Excuse me.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Now, if we really push it, we can probably get... you can get fairly far into this game without necessarily doing all of the nodes. That said, Mastery rank has its rewards. And we should not be afraid to take some time to earn those rewards.
Tenno, prepare for life supply.
Curious how long they want to stay. Iatan Star. Always. If possible, always try and pick up the Iatan Stars.
Additional life support has arrived. you needed. Extraction is ready. The operative has just made their
All
first
right,
discovery.
80 endo is
Keep
not
up the good
terrible.
work.
Since they're much higher MR, I would imagine that they already have this node cleared, but no, they seem to be heading for the exit, so
Life support incoming.
looks like it's time to extract. I'm cool with that since we mostly wanted to clear this so that we could can unlock Nightmare mode.
Another job well executed.
Oh yeah, so that staticky kind of effect that was on the screen was from one of Frost's abilities. He can put a bubble over things to protect them. So we'll go ahead and squad.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the...
make the Lotus proud.
We'll add a couple of points in this. Ooh. It's actually a very inexpensive mod, which makes sense because this is a common mod, whereas these are uncommon and then rare. I'm not gonna lie, 17% is not a great critical chance. We're putting it on there as much because we can. Ultimately, what I'd really want to have is Hell's Chamber and Vigilante Armaments. Because those give multi-shot, which will radically improve our...
Do you remember the old war, operator?
radically improve our damage output. That said, they are relatively expensive mods to come by. My cup is almost empty, and I need to use the restroom real quick. So I'm going to go AFK for just a few minutes, and see what all. And I will be back in just a couple. Alright, fellow insomniacs, I'm returned. I apologize about that, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go to the bathroom. Let's see. Also, my apologies if you hear some crunching on the stream. I needed to get myself a snack. Ooh. Somebody is doing a...
New alert marked on navigation, Tenno.
Thank you. Somebody's doing a mission, an Arcwing mission on Saturn. That's a type of Arcwing mission I don't like very much. Let's see here. Okay. So back to it. Let's see. Trying to think. Actually, since we're going to be going up against the infested next, so we can combine these in a bunch of different ways. If we do this, we get viral and heat. If we do this, we get gas and cold. Give me a moment here. I need to check something. It looks like, of the combinations available to us, that this probably is the best for dealing with the infested. So that's what we're going to do. Now that I think about it. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well. Nah, we'll do this. Have something with some different, just in case. Ooh, also infested. Ooh, okay. We're going to change that real quick. Actually, no. Gas works pretty well on Corpus as well. Hopefully, we'll join one of the groups already in progress. Dang, doesn't look like it.
Communications towers are broadcasting crucial enemy intelligence. Capture the towers and decode any incoming messages.
Oh, bother. I know this map well. Alright.
You have captured a radio tower. This tower is ours now.
Here's hoping we can actually pull this off.
Tower lost.
Ah.
Tower online. Tower captured. Beginning stream decode now. The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Tower online. We have control of all 4 towers.
Okay, fortunately they are not giving us a lot of enemies. Probably because it's just
We have
us.
lost control of a tower.
Nope, we need to go this way.
We are in total control. Keep fighting.
Okay.
The enemy have captured the tower.
Yeah, I see that. Fortunately, we have almost completely won this.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
Alright, they're going for D, but
We
at this
cannot
point, I
allow
was going
the
to say,
enemy to learn of our espionage. Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
I don't like their chances.
More data is being broadcasted. Are you willing to risk going back into the field?
Nope, just doing one round. Thank you, though.
Good work today. Not only have we decoded the enemy transmissions, we have also disrupted their communications.
Yeah.
Do you remember the old war, Operator? Ordis seems to have misplaced those memories.
Okay, it looks like we did get matched with some people.
Tenno, prepare for life support.
So we have an Oberon. And a Trinity Prime. Okay.
Additional life support has arrived.
And since our bonus quest is to pick up energy orbs, that means we need to have space to do that. So I'm using my powers even though they aren't super effective against these guys. Boy, am I glad I got out of the way of that secondary explosion. Somebody named their account random. That's amusing.
Life support on the way.
Ah, ancient disruptors. Dang. So this is over on second power. As long as we're standing on it, we are immune to status effects.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Actually, that makes sense now that I think about it. Of course, we're seeing a lot of people who are much higher rank doing lower level missions. The arbitrations, which are the new super end game content, require you to have done all the nodes, so people are going back and clearing up nodes they didn't get the first time around. Needless to say, this is not a problem we're going to have to worry about anytime soon. We got plenty of nodes to go before we're ready to get anywhere. So... that would be a good one to have, but... gonna need to keep an eye out for alerts for good shotgun mods. Occasionally there will be an alert for
Get ready for a capsule.
a mod for a nightmare mission. And the nice thing about that is that you are guaranteed to get that mod. In addition to that, you always know what the particular nightmare penalty is going to be. It's always no shields.
Another life support capsule is now available. Extraction is available if you need it. The raid is off.
All right, they said 5, so we are extracting. Because frankly, we're kind of just clearing the node too. All right.
Another job well executed.
And another rank in our heck. Very good. Let's see here.
New alert marked on navigation, Tenno.
I really wish they would change that. What is the point of telling me about an alert if it's on a planet I can't get to? Alright. That said...
Operator,
Oh, really?
enjoying the view?
Even though we still have one note... I'm not going to argue.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until...
Alright, well we're going to run around for a few moments and grab loot. In the hopes that somebody will join us for this mission, because frankly this is not a mission I want to do solo. Until we start the mission, other people can join. Technically, they can join after we've started, but once we get to a certain point, they won't be able to anymore. I want to give other players as much time as possible to come join us. Nope. Nope. Okay. Nothing good in there. Well, this'll be interesting. And of course it's a mission with a tight space. Death detonation means that the enemies are going to explode when we kill them. So we want to be as far away from them as possible. Because otherwise that damage will add up real quick. Well, crap. Well, that's good. That was some good timing. We're getting at least some help. And they're playing a Frost, so... Oh, and they brought in a Tomos. I'm liking our chances. They just improved significantly. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're getting revived, so we got revived. There's now 3 of us. We actually have a snowball's chance in hell. Oh, great. Okay, see that little thing at the top of the orb? If you can hit that, you can completely destroy the orb. Otherwise, you need to get in real close. Alright. We might just succeed. Maybe not. How many waves we got left? 6. Ooh. Okay. Sometimes enemies get stuck on the terrain. Although the upside of us not realizing those guys were there is that it gave the pod more time to heal. Yeah, nabbit. I hate nullifiers. Well, they don't call it Nightmare for nothing. Alright, well he's rezzed us several times, so we need to try and get him up if we can at all. I'm not liking our chances, but can't really back out now. All right. We're hanging in here. Barely, but we are. What the heck? Crap. Alright. Boy, howdy, we're hanging in here. Barely, but we are. Two MR4 characters barely hanging through this, but we are. we need to find where those little buggers are coming from. What the heck? Why did it get so dark all of a sudden? Always save your wingman. Always. Even if they are using a Lado. What the heck happened to our screen, though? I can't believe it. We made it. Chilling reload. Not the mod we were hoping for, but that's definitely a good one. Holy crap. Okay, wow. There is something off with our in-game lighting. Okay. Okay, we're going to leave this group.
Do you remember the old war, Operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
Alright, I'm going to have to pause the stream for just a moment because I'm not sure what's up with this lighting, so I will be right back.